Gender mainstreaming of programs, projects, and activities, implementation towards
Good day,
a
everyone. Good
gender-responsive
day,
institution.
Dr. Catherine Casaneda and my docmates in DEM 708 Executive Training for Educational Managers. I am Jennifer M.O.S. Star and I will be presenting a topic on how to design an executive training program. Executive Training Program is a specialized learning experience designed for senior level managers and executives to enhance their leadership skills, strategic thinking, and overall effectiveness within an organization. These programs typically focus on developing advanced skills needed to navigate complex business and education challenges and drive organizational success. We have here the key features and focus areas. Executive training programs are made to specific needs of participants and their organizations. However, common themes include leadership development, cultivating strong leadership qualities such as communication, decision making, and team building. This often involves experiential learning such as simulations and case studies. Strategic thinking, enhancing the ability to analyze trends, competitive landscapes, and develop long-term strategic plans. Financial acumen, improving understanding of financial statements, budgeting, and investment strategies. Change management, equipping executives with the skills to effectively manage organizational change and adapt to evolving conditions. Communication and influence, developing skills in communicating vision, building consensus, and influencing stakeholders. Problem solving and decision making, enhancing analytical skills, risk assessment, and decision-making framework. So those are just some of the key features, but it does not limit to the focus area. Executive training program can also have the following formats and delivery. This includes workshops and seminars, intensive short-term programs focusing on specific skills and topics, custom programs tailored to the unique needs of specific organization or group of executives, coaching and mentoring, one-on-one guidance from experienced leaders, and online learning, flexible self-paced programs accessible through digital platforms. And the specific content and structure of an executive training program will vary greatly depending on the organization's industry, strategic goals, as well as the size. Benefits of an executive training program. Organizations invest in executive training to improve leadership effectiveness and overall organizational performance, develop future leaders within the company or organization, enhance strategic decision-making practices and capabilities, foster innovation and adaptability, and increase employee engagement and retention. Here's the list of the executive training program providers offering internationally from international organizations. In the Philippines, we have our executive training program providers such as Guthrie Johnson, Global Training Consultants, Lumify Work, Stellar, and we also have from the Civil Service Commission the Career Executive Service Board, eligibility and rank appointment for professional and career development. Examples of executive capacity enhancement through training and career development include the Leadership and Management Proficiency or the LAMP program, Salamin Training Course, DIWA Training Course, Gabay Training Course, Community Engagement Module, SAS Leadership Conclave Series, says executive leadership in wellness camps, says through Top Leaders Congress, Professional Development Division personnel. Designing a training program is a very important part of human resource management. Designing a training program is a very important part of human resource management. Basically, it follows a definite part and sequence such as: first, identification of the training needs, involving organizational analysis, task analysis, human resource analysis. Another step is setting training objectives. It was followed by organization of training programs, identification of the trainee and the instructor, followed by the period of training and the training methods and materials, and the last, evaluation of training results. There are 4 key stages that distinguish the Merck Leadership Development Program. First, assessment. Second, training. Third, coaching. And the fourth, final evaluation. Each of the stages is fully customizable depending on the input received from the client. First, assessment. Assessment can range from a single tool assessment to a full-fledged assessment center to ensure an in-depth understanding of a candidate's leadership development needs. Next, training. With a rich portfolio of training courses based on the modularized content, the design and customization of a structured training program is quick, efficient, and an excellent fit for the client's expectations. Third, coaching. Coaching sessions can be conducted face-to-face or virtually and can range from 30 minutes up to 2 hours, depending on the needs of the participants of the organization, to cement the knowledge and skills acquired and enhance the newly discovered abilities. And the last, the final evaluation. Evaluation can be in the form of final multiple choice examination, a work-related project, individual or team, or both, to ensure a candidate's ability to contribute to the value of the organization once the leadership development journey concludes. How to design a training program? We have the following steps and sub-steps. First step, identification of the training needs. The main cause of identification of the training needs is the technological changes that are taking place and other considerations that might happen in the organization. Here's the sample training needs result for an executive leader. When it comes to leadership and management skills, we can have the following needs: strategic thinking and planning, communication and influence, decision-making and problem-solving, change management, team building and collaboration, mentoring and coaching. Training needs specific to education: curriculum development and assessment, educational policy and legislation, fundraising and resource management. And here's the training needs specific to business: financial management and analysis, marketing and sales strategies, negotiation and conflict resolution, and technology and innovation. In identifying the training needs, we have the following. First, organizational analysis. It is the systematic study of organizational objectives, resources, its utilization, growth potential, and climate. It involves the following elements. First, analysis of objectives. Second, climate analysis. Third, resource utilization and analysis. Under analysis of objectives, all objectives of the organization, whether long-term or short-term, should be analyzed properly. It is the responsibility of the management to check which kind of training program is required to achieve these objectives. Under climate analysis, organizational climate shows the attitude of organizational members. It helps in checking whether the environment in different departments is conducive or not, and where it is the need for training program to improve the climate of the organization. Lastly, resource utilization analysis should be checked whether the physical and human resources have been utilized properly or not. Otherwise, there's a need of training to utilize them properly. That's the first step, organizational analysis. The next step in needs analysis is the task analysis. It can happen through systematic job examination. In this process, it identifies job content and responsibilities. It determines required knowledge, skills, and attitudes. It focuses on job itself, not in the individual. It analyzes tasks to define training requirements. It helps in designing targeted training programs. It ensures alignment between job demands and employee capabilities. And it supports performance improvement and role clarity. Specifically, here's the example of a task analysis, such as performance management. So here's the task: conducting performance review for direct reports. We have here the subtask: set clear performance expectations, regularly monitor employee performance, provide constructive feedback and coaching, conduct formal performance reviews, identify areas for improvement, develop performance improvement plans, document performance evaluations, and address performance issues and concerns. So that's the next step in identifying the needs of the one to be trained. The third for the needs analysis is the manpower analysis. It requires the assessing of the manpower quality. It can happen through evaluation of the quality and the type of manpower required by the organization. Assess the capabilities of the current employees. Identify gaps between existing skills and required standards. Determine specific training needs to meet quality expectations. Align training needs programs with the ability to learn new skills, and ensure workforce readiness for technological and operational changes. Let's have a recap. We have the three in needs analysis. The first one is organizational analysis. It was followed by the task analysis, and the last is manpower analysis. The second step in designing an executive training program is the setting of the training objectives. After identification of the training needs, the next is setting the training objectives. Yes, the aim of any training program is to increase the organizational effectiveness. And here are the sample training objectives of an executive training program. Executive training program aims to enhance leadership capabilities and strategies thinking among senior level managers. Objectives vary depending on the specific needs of the organization and its executives, but generally it falls under several key areas. Here are some sample training objectives categorized for their clarity. Say for an instance, we need an objective for strategic thinking and planning. First objective, participants will be able to articulate a clear vision and mission for their organization, aligning it with long-term strategic goals. Objective 2, participants will develop and implement a comprehensive strategic plan including measurable objectives, key performance indicators, and contingency plans. Third objective, participants will effectively analyze market trends, competitive landscape, and emerging opportunities to inform strategic decision-making. The third step in designing a training program is the organization of the training program, as every training program must include the trainers, the trainees, the training period, the training materials, and the methods. So all of this should be organized properly. First step, selection of the trainees. Careful selection of the trainees helps in the effectiveness of the training program. The second step is the preparation of the instructor or the trainer. Qualified trainer may be obtained from inside the organization or outside of the organization. For the third step, determination of the training program. The time duration of the training program depends upon the type of skills to be developed. And the last, the training methods and materials. The choice of the training methods and materials depends upon the objectives of the training program. The last step in designing an executive training program is the evaluation of the training. At the end, it is very important to evaluate the effectiveness of the training program. Effective evaluation of executive training programs requires a structured approach encompassing several key steps. This ensures the program's alignment with organizational goals and demonstration of its return of investment or the ROI. The completion of the executive training program would promise an improvement and return of investment in the following: communication skills, developing and coaching others, team leadership, strategy development and alignment, and smooth transition of the change in leaderships, and among others. The training program must have the following checklist. Your training program plan should include a detailed outline of each of the following. First, program objectives. Second, the business case. Third, who needs to be trained or the participants. 4, course content. 5, program timeline. 6, location. 7, budget allocation. 8, technology requirements. 9, scheduling. 10, materials or resources. 11, measurements and reporting. 12, marketing of the training. And then, the evaluation and the feedback. To conclude this presentation, a good executive training program prepares leaders to win the trust, confidence, and commitment of their team. It helps them manage change and step up to and resolve challenges effectively. The executive leadership team holds your company or organization in its hands. Offering continued leadership development is the key to supporting and ensuring their success. An investment in quality executive training is an investment in your organization's future. Once again, this is Jennifer MOS Star on designing an executive training program. Thank you so much and mabuhay!